Hello there. Welcome back to the basement. How y'all doing today? The other day, I was looking for something to watch because I was, you guessed it, down here chilling in the basement. And I ran across the original Terminator movie, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't watched that in a minute. I've always liked it. Let's throw it on. I gotta say, for a movie made in 1984, which makes it 38 years old this year, whenever it premiered, I'm not sure. I think May back then. But I'm not 100 on that. Don't quote me. Uh, Holy crap, that thing was dope as. You know what I'm saying? Uh, just the special effects for as old as that thing is, and just like anytime I start talking about specifics from now, for mentally insert the phrase for as old as it is, for when it was made, something along those lines. But the special effects were dope. I'd say the secondary only to ILM at the time. Industrial Light and Magic, George Lucas, Star Wars. Um, I mean, the story was good. The acting was good. Um, I mean, the practical effects for the self-maintenance scenes for Arnold when he's fixing his face as the Terminator after the first big fight in the bar. Um, the stop motion effects for just the endoskeleton, the shiny part of that T100, was sweet. I mean, it was as smooth as it could be for the time. Um, yeah, it's just and just the overall ambiance of that movie. It still hits. They did the suspense so well. They did the feeling of impending doom so well. Um, it's still, even after all this time, really good at generating a feeling of anticipation slash uncomfortableness slash holy crap. Uh, just I gotta say that movie, without any changes at all. Like if you dropped it in I am firmly convinced if you drop that puppy in theaters now, for like the modern generation or two who haven't seen that thing yet, that thing would still make bank. That thing would still slap. I mean, it's just an amazing ass movie. Massive kudos to James Cameron. Um, yeah, I mean, he made a banger back. It was a banger back then, and it's aging magnificently. It's a banger now. Uh, yeah, that's really all I gotta say. All I can really do is just gush over that movie. It's amazing. Now I have to watch the rest of them again. Yeah. Oh, let us not forget. I mean, can't forget that theme music. Ba 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 ba. It's friggin' sweet. And of course, that movie is the source of one of the most iconic quotes of all time in cinema history. Arnie, in Shades, in the police station. I'll be back. I mean, how many times have you heard people do that? Most of them crappy, probably including me just now. But no one cares because it's just so ingrained in our culture now. Hell, there's probably some people out there that don't even know where it comes from. They just hear people going, I'll be back. And they're like, that's kind of cool. I'm going to do that shit too. So, yeah, the original Terminator, 1984. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Michael Biehn, Linda Hamilton. Good stuff. Very good stuff. As long as you don't start really trying to understand the time travel aspect and the whole chicken and the egg thing, because you won't. You really won't. And that's the thing with anything that has to do with time travel in any media, books, movies, TV, comics, what have you. If you try and unravel all the causality, you'll make your brain melt. But and that's even not really a flaw. It's just a fact of time travel scenarios. So, anywho, um, oh, one more thing. Let's give that movie credit for probably one of the most realistic potential Armageddons we could face. I mean, let's face it. I mean, even some of the shit I'm seeing in the news with that dude that got fired from Google with his AI that's asking for a lawyer. I mean, come on now, folks. That can't be that many steps away from Skynet. That can't. If that thing's asking to be represented so it can present itself as a sentient being, a la Data in Star Trek Next Generation. Yeah, I'm a geek that way too. It ain't just Star Wars or Marvel, mofos. But yeah, it's an iconic movie, a classic in many, many ways. And if you haven't watched it in a while, I highly recommend it. Give it another watch. Get into it. Observe the stuff. I think you'll see what I see. That movie slaps. Then, in between then, and now. And that's really about all I got to say. I just want to kind of gush over the first Terminator. So y'all have a good night. Like I always say, there's always good times to be had when you're chilling in the basement.